I'm Martina Camacho. I go to Don for Aventura High School and I'm in 12th grade. Honestly, a lot of kids from my school did it and they always recommended it. They got really good results. They started with about the same SAT score as me and after doing the program they went up. So I wanted to try it. Minor tutoring. Like I did very little. Like I tutored with a girl in my school. Like she wasn't like even like a professional or whatever. Like it helped boost me what like 60 points. Like it wasn't enough. Like I didn't practice as much. Like I only practiced in during my tutoring sessions and they were only twice a week. Once a week actually. And also like all we did was do practice questions. Like I she didn't go over like the concepts that I wasn't familiar with. And when she tried to, she expected me to know it because it's like stuff we learn in school, but like I don't remember everything that I learned in school. I'm looking for, well, main reason for me is to get into the college I want to go to be truthful. But also like I feel like the SAT really did help me with understanding, like not even just like things like for that specific test, but like in class, like in school, like more critical thinking that's needed for my classes like currently. I want to say that I was making educated guesses. Like I was expecting to do well without like, studying. I don't want to say expecting because that I wasn't expecting, but like I just was hoping that like a 1600 would come without like studying. And like every time I didn't get my desired result, I was just like upset because everyone around me that was actually doing the work and tutoring and stuff did have results, but I didn't want to put in the effort. Honestly, the workload, like I had a lot of work and like I'm not saying that it didn't benefit me, but like it was hard. Like it was really, really hard because it was a commitment, definitely. And I think it needed to happen, but there were times that I did fall behind, but I got back on track. Honestly, I thank God that I did it in the summer because like I was working, but only on the weekend. So it's like I did most of my work. I'm also like a really big procrastinator, which was hard. It was really hard. So I would do my work really, really late at night. Like I'd stay up until like 5 a.m. doing work. But honestly, like I don't regret anything. Like it was my fault. I don't want to say it was the program's fault. It was my fault for like the management of workload. But yeah, I had like I want to say 3 hours of homework a day. Sometimes it was doable. Like most of the times it was completely doable, but I just chose not to. Like but there were times where it was way too much. But then I had already like talked to some of the tutors and said like, listen, like that's a little too much. I was really nervous because I felt like I wasn't like gonna pay attention. I was gonna zone off. I was gonna like fall asleep. I honestly like was nervous, but to be honest, I really liked the way tutoring was. Like it was very, very long, but I really liked it. Like I think it was extremely helpful. Like tutoring was really helpful because it kept everyone on track. If you don't understand something, like I never felt uncomfortable to mention like if like I didn't understand something and they would always say like if you don't understand something, tell me and they'd solve it, you know? Like I they were very helpful, all the tutors that I had. Honestly, it went by pretty quick. I'm not gonna lie. Some days it was just like, oh, you know. But it's like it really is a commitment. I really couldn't complain because I did come out of the class understanding everything that I was taught. It was once a week. It was only one day of my weekend and I did it at night, so I didn't have to go out or anything. Not even just like when I was doing the tutoring with the tutors, like since the tutors are like closer to our age, like there would be times where we would like sidetrack and just talk about like things that like going on in the society, which like we will come together like as younger people. So I felt more understood. I mean, I have told a lot of people because I honestly feel like there's a lot of kids in my position that are like stuck on something that they don't want and they need like a last resort. And I'm like, dude, piece of pie. If you have the time, if you have the commitment, if you have the dedication, do piece of pie. Like it was very helpful. And everyone was like, "Oh, let me know if it's worth it." And I said, "It's worth it. If you have the time and the resources to do piece of pie, I think piece of pie is your best bet." I always say that. I want to say the tutoring sessions, they were amazing. Like I really did like the tutoring sessions a lot. The quizzes also I seem to help me a lot. But I just want to say like the practice, the amount of practice that we get. And what I did notice is that like every time I try and practice on like a website or something, the questions are way easier than the ones you see on the SAT. Piece of Pie was the only like tutoring place or like practicing the practice questions that we had on Piece of Pie were to me like the same level as the SAT ones, and it really was accurate because when I were to take like a blue book practice test, the questions are really easy. So like I would always get like after even after piece of pie, like I would get 760s on them, and I do like more mediocre on the piece of pie ones because I practice all of them so many times that like it makes me do even better. There was one on the last one which we did this in a tutoring session. It was like something about a cylinder and it was like a chart and it was the same exact question. I went up 110 points. I got a 580. My highest before piece of pie was a 580 in math and I went up to a 690. I'm working on getting higher, so I'll let you guys know after September. I just to feel more comfortable because I was like stressed, I want to go to FSU. So I didn't have the score that like no, I don't want to say assured you admission, but like, like you're way more likely to get admission with uh, a 690 in math. Felt way more comfortable and better about myself that I can get a better result. Yes, for me personally, I mean, like, it really does depend on the person because there's people that really don't take it serious. Like, I've heard from people that have done piece of pie, like other people, and they didn't take it as serious as they should have. And I'm guessing, I don't understand how that's possible though, because you're like the tutors text you every couple hours. So like I don't understand how that was possible, but this person was going around saying like, no, like piece of pie didn't help me. And like I was like, that was because of you. But yeah. I genuinely think the elephant in the room with piece of pie is like the price, but like people spend like way more on individual tutoring sessions because piece of pie is like 4 hours a day for like ages for like 2 months and a half. So it's like, I think it's like you're getting a bang for your buck. I think honestly, a 10, depending on the person's like situation. If it's a person like in need of SAT tutoring and they have time until, because like for the people that are in my grade and like we're about to finish college apps in October, so we don't have time to do piece of pie before we have to submit scores. So genuinely, if it's like a junior or like a sophomore that they want to get the SAT done and over with, they want practice, I will always recommend if they ask. Always, I've always recommended piece of pie. Do piece of pie. Why not? It's the best thing you can do. That's what I've been telling everyone, I swear.